show you how to work with library classes in Simplicity. And library classes is pre-written classes and styles which you can add to your project. And again, the purpose of not having them included in the system straight away, for example, menus, background colors, and so on, is that you don't want to have any code in your site that you don't use. So, for example, there's no reason, like in Bootstrap, to have 50 buttons which you don't use. That adds up to downloading times and so on. But anyway, so the first thing we're gonna do is actually to add some background colors to our system. So I'm gonna click on this one here, and then I'm gonna go up here, and then to the CSS catalog. So here is my catalog with different things I can choose. So now we only have background colors, text colors, buttons, and menus. This is gonna be much bigger when the system is finished. We're gonna be hundreds and hundreds of functions. But for the moment, this is what's in it. I can search for example, if I want to have neutral 3, neutral 3, for example, if I like that one. And I can sort them and so on. But let's say that I want to have 2 colors. I think this is really cool, and I think this is really cool. So these colors are from my color theme. So if I go up here, so we can see that it's the secondaries 2, and then I selected the spot 3. So these are actually up from here. So if I would change here, the colors would change also. Again, we go back to here, and we had added this one, and then I don't remember that one, but it was this one. So let's say we add 3. So now we have these background colors in the system. Again, the reason why doing like this and not having all these in the system from the beginning is that we don't want to have any codes in the site that we don't use. So now I've added these background colors to my project. So now I'm going to give these 2 elements these background colors, and again I need to select, so make sure that it's a column and not a row, and then I go down here, add CSS, and I'm gonna add this background color, and I'm gonna add as a class. I'm just gonna do like this, and there we have, and then I'm gonna do, and again the class immediately comes up here, which is interesting. So if you have 10 classes on an element, you can see exactly which these classes are that are affecting the design on your element. So very often when you work with designing websites, as you know, then you end up having, especially in big projects, you don't really know which classes that are affecting the style, so you need to go into the console and look and so on. But here you see straight away which classes that are affecting your element. I'm gonna add another one to this one, so grid call, and let's say that we call it secondary. I need to add it as a class, comment, and I add it, and there you go. So let's say that I want to add a menu, because that's also one thing that's in the system. This menu, it's only for illustration purposes. It's not ready for production, but it's going to be in the near future. Maybe when you watch this, there is a well-tested function menu, but at the moment the menus that's in the system now is just for educational purposes. So I'm going to add it in a new row, and then in this row I'm going to add a menu. So a menu is basically a list. So I need to create a list, so I have selected a grid call, and then I'm going to make a list. So I go down here, I make the list, so UL, I select the top UL element, and then let's say I want to add this many links in my menu, and then I'm gonna publish it. So it's published here now. I need then go up and change the auto high so we can see it properly, and just so we can see what happens. We have it here. What I want to do now is to make this into a menu. So the first thing I need to do is to select. And as I discussed in the previous video, the problem with lists is that you can't really select the parent element, the UL element with the mouse, because you can only select the child's, the lease. So to select the UL, the parent element, I actually need to go and edit XPath. So I will do that by deleting everything before here and then select. So as we can see now, the UL is selected. Now I am gonna go and see if I can find the menu class. So I go down here to the catalog and then menus. I find the menu here, I add it to my project. Again, in the final project might be 10 different menus, but now I have added it. So now I can actually add this to my menu. So as we can see here, the UL is selected, and now I can add my new menu. I'm gonna add it as a class, top menu, and I add a class, and voila. So this menu is here. Maybe this is just loading up some text. So if I want to change the text on these, even though it's just for, when you build a template, it's not your finished but website, but maybe you want to change the text. So then I need to go in and select, delete. I selected that one, and then I can go in and edit the text. So my first link, and then I go in and select the third. We say edit text, the third. Yeah, so that was how you work with library classes in Simplicity. Again, at the moment there's not so many, but this is just for educational purposes. In the final system there will be a lot more, and the bugs down here will be fixed and so on. Again, when you finish with your site, you want to delete all classes that you don't use, and you will be able to do that. And again, that is to ensure that you only include code in your project that you're actually going to use and nothing else. So that's very different from all the other frameworks that's on the market that Simplicity lets you do that. So that was how you work with library classes in Simplicity. Thank you.